Happy New Year and welcome to your Pick a Card Tarot readings for the month of January 2025. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If you have a question you want to ask the cards, you'll find information on how to get a private reading below. And if you want to learn how to read the cards, you'll find information on my beginner's course below. I'll be doing 7 card readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Morgan Greer Tarot with Hematite, the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with Rose Quartz, and the new Palladini Tarot with Smoky Quartz. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And as always, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, Group 1, let's see what we have for you for January. As you would likely guess, as far as pyramid placement, this isn't going to test anything. This is very interesting. 2 pages and a deuce. Like all things considered, first of all, the fact that it's all upright is nice. Let's take a look at the pass is another page, okay? Incoming energy this is the 7 of Cups, great. The advice is the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Swords reversed, and the supporting advice is very fitting, the High Priestess reversed, and at the bottom of the deck we have the 7 of Wands reversed. Regular viewers already have an idea of what I'm going to say about that, and it is at the bottom of the deck. How could I go wrong with these tiny cards? I will see you right now. Group 1, not only did I not pause long at all for you, but I don't have much to say about this reading. It's going to be very quick is what I'm saying. So when I, like seconds after I paused, I went, oh yeah, out loud. That's just to give you an idea. So the overall thing here is, you know the saying, if it seems too good to be true, it often isn't. This is a month to scrap that saying. This is things going good and you not believing it. That is completely the vibe here with all this shit being upright. The main advice is, come on, be open to this shit and trust your intuition as supporting advice. And as everyone is about to learn, when the 7 of Wands comes up in reverse, I often read it as defensiveness. And as the final reveal after all this shit, it was obvious how not only what this adds to the reading, but as a result, seconds later, the entire reading snapping into place. So I think that the confusion that is incoming, I think that the key is to, well, speaking of things I always say, because it is particularly fitting here, just pick a damn cup. Normally I would say, well, I guess I am saying it, but not really. I'm speaking it. If worst case scenario, you can just circle back and pick another cup, but I don't even think that will be required. I have the feeling that whatever cup you end up picking will be the right cup if you just open up to the possibility and the positivity that is around you. Now I see we have the triple pages, you know, so and the other card here is a deuce, you know, so all of this has a freshness, a beginning to it. Inexperience also. So I get how healthy skepticism is good, but here's another, this ties into something that I say a lot, but it illustrates perfectly what I'm trying to get by here. Something I say a lot is I encourage people to post their shitty work and to post their things even though it sucks. And people, an objection that I often hear when I say that to someone who's hesitating, like who's waiting to get enough money to buy a ring light before they start their YouTube channel instead of just waiting for the daytime and sitting next to a window. A retort that I get, I guess this is a long reading. The retort that I get is, yeah, but I want to put out quality work. And my retort to that is that people who don't care about the quality of their work don't need me to tell them to post their shitty work. So I'm inherently like not talking to them. They are inherently not part of who I am speaking to when I say that. And In that regard, I say healthy skepticism is good, but pump the brakes. You know how the flip side of this is when I encourage people to take the plunge and I say, don't do anything actually stupid. For you, whatever the opposite of that is, I don't even feel the need to say it because you're, the odds of you getting fooled are very low, according to these cards. The only person who can fool you right now is you, which is why I'm encouraging you to chill the fuck out and just pick a cup and trust that, you know, sometimes things really do go well, you know? Consider that possibility. So if you like this reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps to jump to the Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. Group 2, let's see what we have for you for January. So in the present energy, oh yeah, this is the first true test of the pyramid placement. I'll say don't panic because like, you know, the two cards that we're happy to see are upright, are reversed, and you know, that we have the Ten of Wands in the mix. I'm in a mood of just throwing down all the cards and seeing what we got. But I think that with this I think that should give me a good idea. Anyway, incoming we have Judgment reversed. Main advice is the Knight of Swords reversed, with supporting advice being the Nine of Coins reversed. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. I will remind you not to panic. I got your back. I'm going to see you right now. Group 2, first of all, the reason I told you not to panic is because of all the reverse cards. You know, most of this reading is reversed, right? But these are generally all cards that we're happy to see. And the other thing is, the reason that this message is perfect right now is that I recently experienced this and have followed the advice that this reading is giving you. So I'm speaking from experience that is recent, like, yeah, so lucky you, I guess. So here's the thing. It's looking like things are going good. However, it's looking like you have a lot of responsibility and you're being tempted to go every which way. Reading the Knight of Swords reverse, which you can already guess is what it's adding to this conversation, right? But the main point is, you know, after having launched on this journey, because the healing and regeneration and balance of the star and all that great stuff, it's fun and all. It's also funny that it's you know, the card assigned to Aquarius, which begins in January. But regardless of that, once you leave the checkpoint, once you leave the road stop, the rest area, there we go, when you're on the highway, then you need to, you know, get back on the road and get to where you want to go. And the metaphor of a road trip doesn't work for this message very well, so I'm going to drop it right now. But the bottom line is, when this Ten of Wands is one of the only upright cards in the entire reading, you know, including the bottom of the deck, then it's clear to me that what it is offering, because there are two main ways to read the Ten of Wands. There's the burden aspect, which is obvious. A less obvious part is the village in the background, which represents, you know, you're almost there. And the vibe of this is a final push on a project that is, you're seeing it as a burden because it's preventing you from doing other shit that you'd rather be doing instead of carrying all these wands, right? It's the King and Queen of Coins are silently nodding throughout this whole thing. I don't think I'm gonna have anything to say about these two, you know, besides, you know, bold confidence, leader, will, blah, yada, yada. But the thing is, when you're when you're almost at the finish line, or no matter how close the finish line is, actually, in my position, I'm reading to you having just reached the village on the other side. And I mean like less than 24 hours ago. And the benefits of resisting the urge to just go every which way, to pounce on all the things that are coming to you when this thing is really, it's really important to get this to the village, you know? And no matter what ideas are in your head, the village needs these wands, so you better finish that first, right? And when you take that advice, then you see the reserves that were there, you know, because part of what helped me connect the meaning of this message, because you're getting the final part, but it's when I was combining these two cards, when the obviously the Knight of Swords reversed is a warning against impulsiveness, but the Nine of Coins reversed, what she's adding is there's time, and the things that you want to do will still be there later once these villagers have their wands, you know? So yeah, and I've been speaking so long about all these cards that I forgot what Judgment is adding to this, but I would say that the main ways to read Judgment are renewal, rebirth, judgment, like actual, like a test, a final test or whatever, before you reach the world on the other side of it. And yeah, having this in reverse, it's more, I would say the fact, I'm not reading Judgment so much as I'm reading the fact that it's reversed. Obviously, it's one of the majors, a major arcana, you know, you can't really write it off. But it's really a warning against, think about what is ahead. Do you really want what happens to these villagers if they don't get their wands at all? Because you dropped them to go off chasing whatever it is that your quick-ass mind thought of. Do you really want that on your conscience and all that stuff? I'm phrasing it as if it's a moral choice, you know, maybe, anyway, but it's, no matter how this maps to your situation, that's kind of the warning that this Judgment card reverse is, which comes back to the benefits of, you know, again, it's looking like you're in a position that you have recently been fully replenished, whatever that means to you. So it's not like, I don't know how long these wands have been hanging around that you've been tugging them to this village, right? And I don't know when you'll actually get to the village, but the villagers need their wands, you know, and you're charged up and ready to do it. And I know it's been a while, but once they have their wands, then you can get your coins. That was a mic drop. If you like this reading, please give this video a like, and you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle cards. Group 3, last but not least. Let's see what we have for you for January. In the present, we have Ace of Swords, Hierophant, and Ace of Wands reversed. In the past, we have the King of Cups reversed. Let me just get... pyramid placement is pretty good. Group 1 was a small deck, so I only tested it once with Group 2. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so in the incoming energy, we have the Two of Swords. The main advice card is the Star. Supporting advice, the King of Swords, with the Page of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. So let me... I'm pretty sure this shot looks good like that. Nice. All right, I'll see you right now. Group 3, it actually took me a while to piece together what this message is, but it's actually pretty cool. So in short, the description of this situation is there's something that you're healing from and you have a decision to make. with the Deuce of Swords incoming, these two aces flanking the Hierophant, it's kind of obvious, right? Especially with the Star as the main advice card, which is like to focus on that healing and to get that replenishment, or trying to, I wouldn't, I was gonna say find a balance, which is one of those words associated with the Star, but in this situation, I think it's really, the duality is pretty strong here. So I don't think this is an also and. But yeah, the fascinating thing about these three cards as they are, I was so curious about these cards for so long. And at the bottom of all this is that with the two opportunities that these two aces represent, it's obvious when you consider what the cards are, which one that you're being invited to take, right? Which is the one that's upright, the one that resonates with, like if there's, the thing I just stopped myself from saying is better said later. But the thing is, this Ace of Wands reversed has every motivation to make itself look like an Ace of Swords upright. So from the position of this Hierophant here, it's almost as if there are two upright Ace of Swords being thrust at him from either way, right? And he has to pick one. And that is kind of what comes through with the benefits of taking the time to recover from whatever it is that you need to recover from. You know, the old saying in weightlifting that it's between workouts that you grow stronger, you know? And the thing that I was going to say earlier, but that's better said now, is that if there's any card in the deck that is best suited to distinguish the Ace of Swords from the Ace of Wands, it's the King of Swords. I guess to a lesser extent the King of Wands also, but he's the one that we have. And he's matching the upright card, you know? So in this context, it's clear. So yeah, and it's through the replenishment and healing that that he can be at his best to, you know, and it's funny too, because oh shit, I just realized this now, that the Deuce of Swords is like the two swords that I was talking about this whole time. I didn't even piece that together while staring at these cards. That's actually really funny. Especially if you, the viewer, realize this whole time, you know? No, I hadn't noticed. But yeah, what was I saying? Okay, it came back. So yeah, the guy who is best suited to distinguish between these two aces, to figure out which sword is the true sword, would be the King of Swords. And he can only be that at his best when he's fully replenished and healed, because it's looking like this Ace of Wands reverse is doing an awfully good job making itself look like an upright Ace of Swords. So yeah, and it's funny, it's also reflected in the two keys of the Hierophant here. All sorts of little things. And yeah, I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't think it fits into this reading, which is why I didn't say it before. But, you know, the traditional Hierophant card has two students in front of him. So there's also, you know, as if he's trying to pick which student. One student is honorable, the other is betraying him or whatever, however that would map into that situation. I don't want to think about it too hard. So yeah, I think I wrapped all of this up, except for this Page of Cups here. Because we have the King of Cups reversed in the past and the Page of Cups underpinning the reading, right? And in short, I think that what the Page of Cups is adding, you know, underpinning everything, is that there's no shame in falling back, you know, because as much as this reading is looking like, you know, the choice making, you know, it's, how can I say this? It's, again, by taking the time to heal instead of thinking about the past. You know, you're not in the past, you're now. So focus on that and get the replenishment that you need so that you can pick which sword is the true sword, basically. So yeah, oh, and I apologize in advance if the Oracle card that you picked is something about indecision or whatever, but whatever. If you hated this reading, please give this reading a video thumbs down, and I will see you at the Oracle card portion in a couple seconds. I thought I had two things to say, but it turns out I have three. I'll get the first one out of the way. I think there is a higher than random chance that a couple of you picked more than one deck for January. And the other thing is, oh yeah, that thing that I did when I panned back over the decks to go to the Oracle cards. I came up with that like on the fly with the phone in my hands. I'm gonna do that for real. And the other thing, the new moon in January is like right on my natal sun. So I pampered myself as far as the decks that I chose. I was like, let me pick among all my favorite decks. So that is what I have to say. Group A, your card is following. This is I Ching hexagram number 17. And the keywords are loyalty, adaptability, cooperation, trust, reliability, sensitivity to others, service, receiving guidance. That is interesting. There's, oh, sorry, I put my hand on the mic. How can I say this? Because this fits into all three readings in different ways, but it could be that some of you have a friend you haven't spoken to in a while that you might want to, reach out to. Yeah, that would be an interesting way for that energy to manifest. But yeah, it's really a question of focusing on your relationships. That could give you the perspective that you need. Yeah, Group B, your card is disseminating, it's confidence. It's a waning fire moon in, let me just show you. And as always, I'm gonna take a look at this. All right, that was a long time. First of all, the next waning gibbous fire moon is shortly after the next Cancer full moon, which is, I guess, late January. So that's pretty ominous. But as far as the cards, the card itself is concerned, it's basically an invitation to trust yourself and or give yourself some credit. That might be the message for some of you, because if the name confidence or the word confidence was surprising to you, that might be because there's some undue credit that you might be due yourself, so that might be something you want to take a look at, because this is like right after the full moon, right after the climax, so in the hero's journey that happens every 28 days, it's the part where you're walking back to your home village, so that might be something to consider. But in general, this is a message to trust yourself in the month of January. Group C, your card is the Owl Spirit. You see clearly now. Well, I was just saying this to Group B, but for those of you who are surprised to be told that you see clearly, it might be that you got to give yourself more credit. There might be an accomplishment that you're not recognizing, that you've accomplished, that might give you the confidence that you're lacking, which would have come up in being surprised to be told that you can see clearly, Sorry to call you out, but that's kind of what I do. Let me clear my throat. So yeah, in essence, this card is inviting you to trust yourself for the month of January. And as far as the harshness with which I delivered it, I had just punched Group B in the gut. So I guess you got the follow-up back fist like, wacha, wacha. So yeah, sorry for ambushing you like that, but it's really a question of trusting yourself. And if that surprises you again, just review what you've done, because I'm sure you've come a long way. Yeah, Group D, your card is Indecision. This is Venus in Libra. There's one group I warned explicitly, sorry. Anyway, give me a sec. I'm so glad I took the time I'm so glad I kind of saw this coming, because the theme of duality was apparent through many of the readings that I gave. So yeah, anyway, the message here is it's a warning against analysis paralysis, basically, because when you have a decision to make and you're not sure which one to make, sometimes, not deciding at all is also a choice. And the thing that made that message fall into place is when I realized that Venus rules Libra. So yeah, of all the planets to be in Libra, and of all the troll words, quite frankly, this deck is trolling everyone right now. But of all the planets to be in Libra, it's very fitting that she would be the one to be there, So yeah, don't let analysis paralysis force you to make the choice of not choosing, And that's a good note to end on. If you like this video, please give this video a like, and I hope y'all have a great month of January. Take care, I'll see you soon.